Yo, welcome back to my channel. Listen, I'm so glad that you're here. As always, I'm so glad that you're back. Listen, please be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And please, as always, please be sure to hit that bell notification so that way you can be notified anytime I upload. Y'all already know how it go. All right, as you can tell by the title, I sing. I am currently working on a show with an old friend from high school. He's a local saxophone player, and this dude is great. This dude is amazing. He has went on to do some great things, and he reached out to me recently. And we currently have a show coming up this Friday. I am very excited for that. For those of you who don't know, probably most of you, I am a local singer-songwriter. I am a vocalist. I am a singer. I play piano. I play organ. On Sunday mornings, I lead praise and worship, and I play the keyboard for the church. And during the week and on the weekends, I basically gig at different events, different bars, different festivals, different venues. And it's just been a way that another way that I express my talent and also make some money on the side. In my getting ready and my excitement for the show, it just made me think like this is something that I do that makes me happy. It brings me great joy, like the fact that I sing, the fact that I gig. And so in all the excitement of getting ready for the show, it just really made me really want to come on here and just, talk to you for a bit about going into this week doing your thing and whatever that thing is. Like, what is your thing? What is that thing that you do that when you do it, you feel yourself come alive? Like, I really want you to focus on doing that this week. For me, I remember when I was a few years ago, I was working at a job that I really hated this job, that I hated. And I remember all I would do, I would go out, at the time I stopped going to church, and I was so unhappy during this time in my life. And I remember I would just go to work, be late to work, and go home, and that's it. Like, I would go home, and my top three shows, which are still three of my favorite shows, were Paternity Court, Steve Wilkos Show, and Judge Judy. I would DVR those, and I would go home and go to work and go home, go to work and go home. And I would never forget my boss at the time. She was so motivational. She was a Christian. She was just amazing. I'll never forget, she saw my, my behavior change at work, and she pulled me to the side one day. I never forget. She was just like, what do you want to do? And I was just like, you mean with the bank? Because I was working at the bank. She was like, no, just in life. Like, what do you want to do? I was just like, at the time, I was just like, well, I just want to travel. Like, I want to sing, and I want to be on the road. Like, those are my, my two greatest desires. And she was like, why are you not doing that? And I was just like, I don't know, because I got to pay bills, and I don't know where to start. So she was like, you need to do that. And so we used to have this saying, me and my boss at the time, get off the shelf. And that's what I want to say to you this week. Go into this week, get off the shelf. Find yourself doing that thing, whatever it is that you love, And so I remember that year, I was just like, I just want to, do more. I want to, make money over here and over here. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I never forget that year I had started a new job, and I had told my coworkers, like, I want to do open mic. Like, they geeked me up for it. Like, go do open mic, go do open mic. And it was just like, our whole team was like, Mark, go do open mic. And I remember, being this church kid that, only sang church songs at church and played the organ. I was just like, what I'm going to sing, And I just remember going to the open mic that night. And I did it. And my friends, two of my friends, shout out to Lawrence and Radisha. And two of my friends came out, and I did open mic. And I just remember after that, I kept coming. I kept going. I kept, going back researching music, and even music that I didn't grow up listening to. And I went back, and one day it was this lady who walked into the open mic, and I never forget, she found me on Facebook. And I think it was that next day, she had inboxed me and was like, hey, I want to hire you for a festival, to headline a festival. And I was just like, what? And I remember thinking to myself, oh my God, this is like my first paid gig. This is like my first paid gig. This is my, first big show. I'm like, this lady's not gonna remember. And I think that was in December, and the festival was like June of the next year. And I was like, she's not gonna remember. And and I remember, sure enough, months later, she contacted me, and she was like, she was like, I'm just following up. I really want to hire you. And I was like, and I did it. And I never forget, after that performance at that festival, there were so many people around the city who who had reached out to me. And even to this day, there are connections that I still have to this day from that one moment, just from me putting myself, executing on my thing, and having somebody there who was exposed to my talent. And I remember I saw her probably a month or two later. I ran into her at a coffee shop, and I thanked her. I told her, I said, you just don't know how that one moment connected me to many other connections and networks and opportunities. And I never forget, she said to me, she said that night that I saw you for the first time, she said, I walked into that open mic where you were singing and performing, and I said to myself, people need to hear him. They need to hear this voice. And so I would never forget that. And so I'm still going today. In fact, it's funny because my sister last week, I had a show. I had two shows like a couple weeks ago, and my sister was like, they keep calling you. My sister, she was like, these people, they haven't stopped calling you yet. And I was just like, yeah, it's a good feeling to be invited to do your thing. So I say to you this week, I want you to get off the shelf. Like, find your thing and do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Why should you? Like, why should you do that thing that brings you happiness? I mean, obvious reasons. It makes you happy. But the 3 reasons why I feel like you should do your thing this week. Number 1 is because it's a part of your purpose. It is a part of that thing that you're supposed to be doing. It's as part of the reason why God made you. God has given us certain gifts and talents, and we're supposed to use them. And so why are you not doing what you were created to do? Like, what's up with that? And so when I look at me gigging and me singing, a lot of times I shift my mindset from, oh my God, I have to do, especially if I'm stressed and there's a lot going on. A lot of times I shift my mindset from I have to do this to I get to do this, because this is what God has equipped me to do. Even on Sunday mornings when I'm leading worship, like, I have to shift my mindset. I get to do it. I get to showcase that. I get to expose that talent that God's given me, because it's a part of my purpose. Number 2 is because when you do your thing, that is the moment that you showcase your greatest confidence. It is that confidence element. I will never forget, I had this girl tell me, she said, I love watching you in your element, like when you're up on stage performing. She said, it's so attractive. And that's for everybody, whether you're a singer, whether you're a painter, whether you're expressing that confidence through a picture that's telling a story, or whether it's whatever it is. In that moment of you doing your thing, you are expressing a great confidence. There are a lot of times I'll do a show and I'm like, hey, I was really good. Like, I actually did well today. Where you begin to compliment yourself and have confidence in yourself. So do your thing. That is part of building that confidence, and that is where you express and you showcase your greatest confidence. Number 3 of why you should go into this week doing your thing is because it is a ministry. Not only does it serve you and you have that fulfillment, but it is a ministry to people that are watching you go forth in your God-given talents. It is a ministry to them. You are helping somebody. The fact that people are seeing you, whatever it is, you may not even get to hear all those stories of what your gift is doing and how many people it's reaching and how it's reaching them. But just know that when you are you, and when you are in your element, and when you are doing that God-given thing, it is a ministry. So yeah, do your thing this week. Throw yourself into it. All right. So as I said before, I never really showcased my talent. So after this, I'm going to, if you want to stick around, you really don't have to, but I am just going to be showing some clips of me singing, me doing my thing. And from some of these performances are, from like 2 years ago, some from last year, some probably from this year, probably not, I don't know. But one thing I know I need to work on is I don't do well with getting footage from my shows. Like, I need somebody to go to my performances and go with me. Like, I suck at, having somebody, hey, can you record this and send it to me? So I need to do better with, because there are a lot of times, like I had a show 2 weeks ago, and I felt I did really, really well. And I'm like, man, I wish I would have had footage of this to put up on my Instagram. But I fell at that. But I'm going to change that. But yeah, so thanks for stopping by. Please go into this week with confidence and doing your thing. And I will catch y'all in the next video. All right, peace. Bye. think about you and smile.